Hey guys, welcome to Sister Wisdom Wednesday. Now, before I get into today's topic, I want to let you guys know that this episode is streaming live on my YouTube channel. So, if you can head on over to the address that's on the bottom of the screen and hit that subscribe button, like this episode, and share it with your friends, I would really appreciate it. That would keep you updated on when I upload new content and when I go live. So, for those of you that are watching for the very first time, welcome. My name is Norine Fahie, and I am the founder of the Save Our Sisters not for profit group and host of Save Our Sisters Unplugged, which is a podcast that's all about resilience, where I empower women to share their stories of survival to success through the power of storytelling. So, today's episode is called Trust the Process. Now, if you know me personally, you know I don't trust anyone's process but my own. Blame it on the Gemini spirit, but it is who I am. So let's get into this topic, trusting the process. Now, I have stated before, I recently lost my mom, and she has been heavy on my mind. And it seems like everything I've been doing these days, it just reminds me of her. So there was one day that I was making eggs. It was just a Sunday morning. I was making the eggs, and it just drew me back to when I used to make eggs with mom. Eggs was the first meal that she taught me to cook. And, it was kind of like a fun time with her. I always stayed near the food as a child. So, at about 7 or 8 years old, she felt like I was ready to really learn how to do this thing myself. Because as a 7 or 8 year old child, you only know what you know about the eggs is when it hits the plate. It's already scrambled and ready. And you don't know anything about what happens to it from the time you've bought it from the store in a hard shell form to when it hits your plate in scrambled form. All the in between parts, none of my business. That was mom's job. So mom figured that, okay, as a young lady growing up, it's time for you to learn how to cook these eggs. So she got the eggs ready. She told me how to crack them up, how to whip them around, add the seasonings, put the butter in the pan. And I'm saying to myself, how do I get these eggs from this liquid form into what it looks like when it's on my plate? So I'm asking mom this, and she's like, it'll come up, just move the eggs around with the spatula, it'll firm up, trust me, it's going to come out the way it's. And so I'm like, but mom, it's not working, it's not doing it. She's like, just keep stirring it, just do what you need to do, just, as she would say, just do I tell you, girl. Okay, don't ask me no question, just do I say. So I was like, okay, let me just do what she say. So anyway, in my mind, I'm like, I don't think she know what she talking about. These eggs ain't gonna come out like what's on the plate. It's too runny. It's not working. But as I am stirring these eggs, I'm like, wait a minute, something's happening. And once I got to really stirring, I was like, okay, this is going well. This is coming to come. Then what do you think happened? Mom was right. Mom was right. The eggs firmed up and were scrambled and yellow and beautiful, just like this picture. Transformed just as she said it would, which I don't even know why I didn't listen to mom, because mom was a cook. Like, mom could throw down, okay? She put her foot in everything that she was cooking. Maybe not liver. I'm not a fan of liver. Maybe that's not her fault, but I digress. But anyway, just as mama said, the eggs were scrambled and I put them onto the plate, and I'm sitting here in astonishment. First of all, I was proud that I actually cooked something, didn't burn it, and it came out the way it was supposed to come out. But the lesson that I learned that day was trust the process and listen to your mama, because, respect is very big in our culture. So you got to listen to your elders. But I always question everything. And since they welcome my questions, I figured, it's okay. But I wasn't being rude anyway. I was just curious. So, what we want to do is listen to the advice of those with experience. And like I don't know why I didn't want to listen to mama, because mama had so much years of experience cooking eggs. Today was day one for me, but it just didn't look like it was going to be doing what it was supposed to do. So I was a little bit nervous and a little bit hesitant. And so, just like mom guided me with the cooking, listen to those that have walked the path before you. They have all the experience that you need to do whatever it is you're trying to do in your life, right? Just listen to them. Their wisdom may not make sense. Just like how I was looking at those runny eggs and like, I don't think this is going to firm up, but it did. Just let them guide you. There's a lot of people that don't take stock in the wisdom of their elders. I might be one of them, but I'm slowly learning to let that go. As I am myself becoming an elder, and now I'm getting it. So, but there are some people that they have to touch the fire to know it's hot. You don't always have to touch the fire to know it's hot. Sometimes just listening, it just save you so much time. It with the eggs, I didn't lose any time because the eggs was gonna do what it do. But with in life, if you're starting a business or if you're trying to do anything else, you want to listen, because if you try and do it your way, if you have someone that's trying to really just guide you and you're trying to do it your way, even though you don't know what you're doing, you're just going to waste time, right? So the advice of others with experience is so powerful, and it's so monumental for you to just listen, because not only does it save you time, but whatever it is you're doing is going to get done correctly. You wouldn't have to waste time reworking the thing that you should have done it the way that the person was telling you to do it in the first place. So, like I said, it may not make sense to you, but just listen. Be patient. Okay, I wasn't patient with those eggs because I'm sitting here like, well, I've been stirring this thing and ain't nothing happening until it happened, right? Until it happened, until I saw something happening. And that's when I was starting to believe that, okay, mom might be onto something. Processes take time. Don't rush through it. Okay. Whether you're cooking eggs or pursuing your life goal, you're starting a business, maybe you want to, launch a new product, it's going to take some time. Nothing happens overnight. Okay. Things will come together just like it's supposed to. You just have to be patient. I know there's so many people, like let's say they try a new shampoo and it's supposed to make their hair thicker. They want the shampoo to just work on the first wash. No, it has to get acclimated to your hair. You have to just be patient. Things take time. It doesn't mean that nothing's happening. It just means that it's not time for everything to be exposed just yet. Keep stirring. Don't stop doing the work. Okay? Keep doing what you need to do in order to get the result that you want. Even if you don't see the results immediately, stick with it. Don't give up. Stay committed to the process. Listen, the process is the process. It's going to do what it's going to do. You just have to just wait. Just keep stirring. Something is going to happen. You're going to start to see it happening. You just have to be patient. Allow time for growth. Okay. And this goes into being patient and trusting the process. In this picture, it starts with a seed, and then it takes time to get to the plant on the right. You have to just really understand what's happening in the bottom. Well, when you plant the seed in the dirt, you water it, you have to nourish it. And then pretty soon, that little seed is going to start getting roots. Now, on the bottom is where all the magic is happening. You can't see it yet, or you're probably not going to think anything is happening until you see that first little thing popped out of the ground. And then you're going to be like, wait a minute. All right, something's happening. But underground, behind the scenes, is where everything is happening. It just needs time to develop. Just take that time to develop your skills, your relationships, your career, whatever you're trying to do, if you're trying to launch a business, everything takes time to develop. It's not going to have happen overnight. And give yourself grace and just take the pressure off of yourself trying to rush this thing through. Because when you rush things through, what's going to happen? It's not going to get done right. You're probably just going to mess up your whole process, and then you're going to have to start all over again. And nobody wants that. Trust in the heat. Pressure and discomfort is part of the process. See, with those eggs, it was cooking. The heat was cooking the eggs. So the heat was making it almost ready to eat. So in the heat is where you're going to be doing all the behind the scenes stuff, right? So if you're going to be launching a business, this is where you're thinking, okay, what do I need for my back end stuff? What do I need? Let's say you're opening a store. You need all your products. You need your vendors. You're going to need all your products. You're going to need your bags. You're going to need your POS system. How are you going to charge? Am I going to sell this in a storefront, or am I going to do this online? All this stuff is happening. And then this is where all the anxiety is going to happen. This is where all your doubt is going to show up as well. Don't doubt yourself, okay? Just trust in the heat. The heat is going to make things work. It's going to firm things up, okay? So just embrace it. And just like the eggs, it transformed the raw ingredients into something delicious. So life's changes often feels very slow, but just like the eggs, they will firm up if you, say it with me, trust the process. Don't rush things. Be patient. Things take time. Just allow yourself. If you want to give yourself a timeline, give yourself a timeline. But if things don't happen in that timeline, give yourself grace. If you have to start over, okay? But listen to the advice of those that have been there, right? Make sure you keep stirring through the process, because when you're stirring, that's when things are going to be moving, right? Trust the heat. This is where the transformation is going to be happening. And then at the end, you are going to have exactly what you're supposed to have. So I just wanted to leave that nugget for today, for the Sister Wisdom Wednesday, because I know there's a lot of us out here that's trying to do some different things. And, we just, we want everything to happen all at once. But I'm here to tell you, sis, it's not going to happen all at once. So just trust the process and stick with it. So before I leave, I want to remind everyone that has not purchased their ticket of the Save Our Sisters Hips Don't Lie Girls Night Out. It is coming up very rapidly. It's going to be on the 16th. And if you have not gotten your tickets, feel free to do that. It's just a little time for us to get together as women and just have some silly fun. It's been a rough year. I don't know about you, but it's been a rough year for me. It's a lot been happening in this year. And, it's almost the end of the third quarter. So I just want to have some fun at the end of the year. So it's November 16th from 5 to 7 p.m. It's going to be at Silk Road Studio. My friend Erin is the instructor. She has a fun time planned. So go on the website. Any of our pages is going to have it. The website is definitely going to have it in www.saveoursisters.net. You can also go to our Save Our Sisters SOS group. You will have to be invited in. It is all over my LinkedIn page and all over my Facebook page, which are both under my name, Norine Fahie. We would love to have you there. I think it would be just a fun time for us to just have a good time and just let our hair down. And, we'll just hang out afterwards and just check in with each other and see how we've been doing. There's a lot of people that have been going through a lot this year. And so, just want to check in and just see how everyone is doing. Okay, so with that, I would remind you one more time that this is being live streamed via YouTube. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, please get subscribed, get into it, get active, like it so that the algorithm would be activated, and share this with your tribe. I'm going to be dropping more content. I'm going to be taking some time out to really revamp the channel so that it would be more of what you want. And if you have any suggestions, or if you want to be a guest on the Save Our Sisters Unplugged podcast, or if you have some nuggets to share for Sister Wisdom Wednesday, email me at saveoursisters2020 at gmail.com. I almost forgot my address. saveoursisters2020 at gmail.com. So, with that, I would say peace and blessings. I'll see you soon.